It makes a difference.
Oh, yes, Lord.
What's up, everybody? Molly Qerim here. Look who's behind me, still about to go. Stephen A., give him a shout. Because you know, come in my video, say hi to the people. But this one's about me.
Hey.
Do you know what he's doing?
How you doing?
Because he's going to be on First Take the next 2 days. But Saturday, tell the people.
I'm doing a Pacquiao fight. It's my first time ever doing color commentary on a boxing match. So in other words, I'm Max Kellerman, except upgrade. Except upgrade.
I don't know about that. That's his territory.
No, that's his territory.
That's his deal.
That's his territory.
But
Well,
we're looking forward to that.
He
So
knows basketball.
Pay-per-view?
It's pay-per-view,
Okay.
top ranked pay-per-view.
Okay.
So check it out.
We had a very good show today, people. Let me just say. Excited about, we had the LeBron issue. What do you guys think about LeBron and the Cavs trolling, right? Trolling the Warriors there with the 3-1 thing. The other thing we didn't get a ton of time to get into, which I was really into, was the Ronda Rousey. So it looked like she's trying to sell the fight here when she was saying that, you know, I'm probably done after this. Like, you're going to want to go see her fight because she doesn't have many more, but I really think she's just legit not that into it after her huge loss. So we got to get into that a little bit. Plus, Greg Jennings. If you didn't see the show, you have to check this out. Please, also while I'm talking, send in your questions so I can answer them. That's what this is about. Did you see Greg Jennings send in a video? It was kind of directed at Max. He had a little bit of a beef, something that Max had said about Aaron Rodgers. He came on the show. They addressed all of it. It was all love, all respects. They squashed it. Got a little intense there for a moment. It's all settled now, but make sure you check that out in the rear if you didn't get to see it. Now can I get the questions, people? Oh, and how could I forget? We have KD and Russell Westbrook against each other again. We're all paying attention to how they address each other pregame. What do you think? If he snubs the dude or if he shakes his hand? We got into that. So, who do I have? Dak for MVP. You're going to ask a Giants fan if I have Dak for MVP. Come on now. No, the guy's balling. It's so impressive. He got him to a 6-1 start. I never thought they'd be here after beating the Packers at Lambeau. And then for him to beat the Eagles on Sunday Night Football, that stage. But I think Zeke has a case there too. They're both considerations, I think. But for me, even though he didn't play a quarter of the season, it has to go to Tom Brady. Nobody's balling at his level. It's kind of the Patriots and then everybody else, as we see this every year. What else do we have here? Why is Stephen A. always angry? He's not angry. He's good. He's in a good mood. Do you think Jamal Charles is done after the surgery? No, not necessarily, especially when we see a guy like AP and how he's rebounded with multiple and came back stronger. Come on, what else do we have here? Who do I think is going to win the East, as in the NFC East? That's tough. That division's always up for grabs. The Giants beat the Cowboys, of course, week 1. They're going to take on the Eagles this week. That's going to be pivotal. If I had to, Redskins scares me the least. I would probably go with Dallas or New York to win the NFC East. Derek Carr is the MVP. You know what? Derek Carr is legit, and that whole Raiders team, silver and black, they're definitely on the come up, and I don't think a lot of people realize they're actually, I think, 4th in the AFC, and they're tied for 1st in the AFC West with the Broncos. Nobody would have thought that. And we just talked about today, which I think is a really interesting conversation if you guys saw, who are the 2 best receivers in the NFL, and we were discussing Michael Crabtree or, of course, Amari Cooper, and then you put them against a guy like Odell Beckham and Sterling Shepard, and then obviously having Victor Cruz there in the slot. So you can make an argument for either, but the Raiders, they're the real deal, and I think Derek Carr definitely has a shot at MVP. Tough to beat Brady. It'll be interesting how they treat it because, again, he was suspended for technically cheating, and he did miss a quarter of the season. What do we got here? Can the Bears turn around their season and finish 8-8? I don't think so. Those division teams always beat up on each other. It was a nice performance by Jay Cutler. I appreciate he had the heartfelt speech early, the Lisa Salters interview after. We saw the passion that we usually don't see from him. Turn things around. Love that his wife, I need to move this up here for you people. Love that his wife was a little fired up with, like, can everybody shut up now? But I just think it's one of those division games, and it looked like such an impressive win because it was against the Vikings. But I think it was more so just once they're playing each other all the time and they're kind of used to each other in that sense. What else do we have? Will we do a show from Norfolk State? I don't think that is going to happen anytime soon. I apologize, but, you know, budget issues, people. Do I think the Lakers can win the chip? No dice. Not this year. Sorry, folks. Will the Browns win 1 game this year? Yes, they will win. They will win 1 game, and they just got Jamie Collins, of course, from the Patriots, and he'll be a difference maker on that defense. So they do have some talent. It's just not quite there, but I do think someone's going to fall to them. They won't stay winless. What else do we have? Dallas will be one and done in the playoffs. Eagles defense is legit. We'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. And as how it stands now in the polls are, the Patriots are #1, the Cowboys are #2. So I'll give them their credit for now. We'll see how that shakes out. And again, as I mentioned earlier, when we see the Giants-Eagles game, that'll be very telling. Who am I putting my faith behind? What New York team am I putting my faith behind to get a championship first? That's a great question. Yankees, Giants. Can I go anywhere? Yankees, Giants, Knicks, Nets, technically, yeah.
Mets.
What do you? Mets, Rangers. That's tough. That's tough. Right now, I'm going to have to go with the New York Football Giants, baby. Do I think Dak is a bad man? I do. I do. And it scares me that Dallas has found their future. What should the Colts do about their defense? This has always been their Achilles heel. They never have a defense. They've struggled finding a running game and the protection and O-line for Andrew Luck. There's a lot of issues there, and I think it happens from the top down. I don't think it's necessarily the coaching, but they haven't drafted well, and where they've put their chips just hasn't paid off. So they need to get a lot of key pieces, I think, on the defensive side of the ball, shore up that O-line, and get someone that can pound the rock for them to do anything. Because Andrew Luck can't be taking all these licks, and he can't be having to throw this much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is about to be the last one. Give me something good. Tom Brady's the GOAT, and the Patriots will win the Super Bowl every year. If the opponent knows karate. All right, we'll leave it there. Thank you guys so much for watching First Take. We're on every day, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. We appreciate all of you. You can also check out the re-air 1 to 3, and we'll be doing these Facebook Lives Mondays with Stephen A., Wednesdays, myself, send in questions so I can make sure to answer them, and then tomorrow we'll get it done with Max. So also, we want you guys to check out, we have a Veterans Day special that's going to be coming up, and we also have an Election Day special. That one you have to see. Max and Stephen A. will be channeling their inner the Donald and Hillary, so it'll be a lot of fun. We appreciate all of you, and we will talk soon. Bye-bye. How do I shut you off? Here we go.
Finish.
See you. What?
Sorry, 1 second. Start again.
What's up, Facebook fans? Post show with your boy, Dr. Stephen A. Smith. He is a doctor, in case you didn't know. We'll save that story for another time. But I've got a gem for you. Happy Halloween, by the way, everyone. Hope you have a fun, wonderful, safe night tonight. This one's from John Carter. Stephen A., so how many debates have you actually lost to Max Kellerman?
I've never lost a debate to anyone.
Never?
Ever in my
life.
life.
Never in your life. Undefeated
never.
record.
Well, I've never lost a debate to Max because he just can't compete with me. He's no match. In the case of his predecessor, I've never lost to him either.
Oh.
But I will say this: I have a formula that ensures that I never win, that I never lose. And here it is: either I'm right or I'm willing to admit that I'm wrong, and there's no debate.
I see.
So I've never lost.
I see.
And not only
what
that,
you did
I
there.
walk away learning more than I may have known. It's rare, but sometimes I'm the student instead of the professor. Now, that hasn't happened since July 25th. I haven't been to class. I've been taking somebody to school. But prior to that, there were rare moments over the course of years where, once a year.
Was there ever one you could remember where you felt like somebody got you?
No.
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 Okay. All right. Let's get into it. This first one here from Michael West Jr. How impressed were you with Rodgers' performance against Atlanta despite the loss?
Well, I mean, he was 28 for 38 for 246 yards. He's thrown 7 touchdowns and 0 interceptions over the last 2 weeks. You got to give credit where credit is due. But my mentality is Aaron Rodgers. He's a bad man, and I hold him to a certain standard that I don't believe that he's meeting consistently. It could be because Jordy Nelson is not 100% healthy, because Devontae Adams and Randall Cobb and those guys are not getting open, because Eddie Lacy's been hurt. It could be because Mike McCarthy being the play caller now this year is an adjustment that's being made. Or it could be the fact that he's happy at home, so because of that, he's a bit distracted.
Stephen A. gives this argument.
Listen.
No, he likes to put it. He likes to put it on the ladies because he has a lovely woman in his life that he can no longer be productive at his job. I'm very offended by this argument.
Well, you shouldn't be offended. What it does is it speaks to the power of women and how happy a man can be, and when you're that happy, suddenly the zest, the motivation to leave home and go to work isn't necessarily there because you want to go home. You can't relate to that, Molly? You can't relate to that
I can relate to it.
I don't understand that.
I think we're missing a detail for the American people here. It's showing a weakness that you had. I think you might be easily distracted. That's what I'm seeing. Women might be your weakness. Did we just get to the bottom of it? He's at a loss for words, folks.
I have no comment on that. I have no comment on that.
Okay.
I mean, the impact of a woman is the impact of a woman. What do you want me to say?
Oh, we will move on that note. Stephen A., what Cam said, he wasn't having fun playing the game anymore because he doesn't feel safe. Why is it hard to understand that?
It's not hard to understand that. You know, he's right to some degree. There have been missed calls when it comes to Cam Newton. But when you act like it's about you and you don't take into account the fact that Drew Brees and Matt Ryan and Phillip Rivers and others have actually had more roughing the passer penalties that were missed against them instead of you, then we have to take into account where you're getting this from. What exactly is it that you're trying to say? Then we got to go to the league, and the league is pointing out these facts. We got to go to the Players Association. They haven't really said much. We've got to go to the fact that last year when you were winning, you were to the eye test. We saw you getting hit then, just like you were this year. The difference was y'all were rolling, you were winning, and you were back there dabbing and chilling and having a good old time. So when you say that you're not having fun and all of this other stuff, maybe, just maybe, it's a product of your team being 2-5 on the downside, looking up, trying to climb from that abyss. Maybe it's David Gettleman letting go of Josh Norman, your defense not being as stout as it used to be, not being the Rough Riders that they used to be. And as a result, so much more pressure being put on your shoulders that it's a lot to deal with and overcome. And that is why you're not having fun, as opposed to these missed calls.
I think if he left the fun part out and he didn't have the feather outfit, you might have taken it a little more seriously. I think you were distracted.
It was hard.
Was very loud. It was hard to concentrate.
It was hard to take that out, him serious in that outfit, no doubt. But on a serious level, his points are valid in terms of him getting hit, and they got to pay attention to it. But you can't act like it's you and something's going on with you that ain't happening to anybody else, because I'm not sure. And by the way, when you going to call out your team, why are the Carolina Panthers literally calling power running plays for Cam Newton? He's the $60 million guaranteed franchise caliber player. You're paying him over $100 million, hopefully. Why is he in that position? He's everything to this franchise. You do not jeopardize him. But that's what they're doing. So maybe it's a conversation he should be having with Ron Rivera and Dave Gettleman as opposed to Roger Goodell. But I can tell you, I spoke to folks in the league office. Roger Goodell is waiting for his call. Is waiting for his call.
I'm sure he's got the stats, figures, and video ready to go. All right, this one's a two-parter. The first part is from James Dirty Reads. Stephen A. Nope, actually Jeremiah Warsing. There's no way Tom Brady would win MVP. Where would it stop then? For example, what if a player, quarterback for this example, misses 8 games but comes back and goes 8-0 with 32 TDs and 0 interceptions? Should he be MVP, assuming his team was 7-1 without him?
Well, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it, because that's 50% of games, and that's an extreme example. But 75% of games played, I don't believe is that extreme. If you play 75% of the games, you pass for over 4,000 yards, and your team goes 11-1 or 12-0, and you have 32 touchdowns and just 4 interceptions with a rating of over 130 and a QBR around 90, I mean, what is there to talk about? I think that Max's position is utterly asinine.
Yeah, actually, Joshua Chapman wanted to know, does he really believe that?
Max says what he means, and he believes what he says. Now, he tap dances better than the late Gregory Hines, God rest his soul, but that is what he believes in. He does believe in tap dancing. It's who he is. Fair enough.
Just like you, distracted by females.
But I am telling you that there's no way on earth that just because Tom Brady misses 4 games, that he should be disqualified of being a potential league MVP.
I'm with you on that one. Last one here.
Molly,
Yeah.
Tap dancing. What about your shoes? What's the deal with the shoes?
Let me explain something too. I have a little collection going. I'm a little bit of a sneakerhead. Lots of colors, different brands, quite a collection. But then I also have the pump, Stephen A. Oh. So it's the versatility. Well, sometimes you're casual streetwear to come around campus, that kind of thing. These are my favorites. And then you switch to the heels. I don't really do the flats. There's no in between for me.
I respect the game. You are versatile.
Thank you.
So I do respect the game. I cannot compete with you in that regard.
Thank you. It's all about the range. That's what we're trying to do here. This last one here from Joshua Settle. NBA MVP already a wrap for Russ.
No, it's not already a wrap. It's only 3 games in. That's an asinine question. There's still 79 games to go. But if Russell Westbrook looks the way that he looks, and Oklahoma City ends up being a top 3 or 4 seed in the Western Conference, I do think it's very plausible he could win league MVP honors. And I'm on the record before the season began. He's my pick to win league MVP because the ball is in his hands. No one can stop him. And he is ultra aggressive, the most ruthless competitor we see in professional basketball right now. He is heartless, ruthless in that regard. And now he's highly motivated because of the shots Kevin Durant is taking at him, because of the way Kevin Durant parted from Oklahoma City. I mean, if anybody's more highly motivated than Russell Westbrook, I don't know who it is. And this guy never needed any motivation to begin with. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see what he does. I think he's going to be league MVP. I think Oklahoma City's going to win 50 games.
All right, we'll leave it on that. Actually, one more before you do your radio show. 1 to 3, Sirius XM Mad Dog Radio, Stephen A. Smith Show, Channel 82. Stephen A., in the spirit of Halloween, this one's from Molly in Bristol. What is your best Halloween memory? Costume you wore, someone else, anything?
My best Halloween memory has nothing to do with a costume.
Okay.
When we were kids in Hollis, Queens, New York, you know, I was a bad kid, so we yeah, of course. So we used to.
You
throw
did well
eggs.
in school, though. You're too smart.
I did. After I got left back, yeah, I did well after that, but not before. But I used to throw eggs at a whole bunch of people, you know, and I was pretty good at it. I used to have target practice. One time, I literally threw an egg at somebody, you know, was aiming for one of my boys, and I had no idea. My mother turned around the corner and walked right in front of the guy, and the egg landed on my mother's shoulder. And when she saw it was me, let's just say that it was a very, very long week.
So that is so
It was a very, very long way. I accidentally hit my mom with an egg when I was about 10 years old. I accidentally hit my mother with an egg. I have never thrown an egg during Halloween since.
A 10-year-old Stephen A.
Yes.
Can't imagine.
That's the truth.
All right. Facebook, thank you so much for tuning in. We're doing these Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. And, of course, watch us tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. We appreciate you. Stephen A., have a great day.
Hello.
Apologize for you. Said I'm going to talk to Roger Goodell, people like Dino, maybe, the head of the
What's up, everybody? Happy Monday morning to y'all. Hope y'all had a really nice time this weekend watching NFL Sunday. I'm getting ready to do First Take, ESPN2, top of the hour. I'm getting ready to do that right now in just a few minutes or so. Naturally, I got to talk about the Cowboys. Y'all think I'm depressed about this, but I got a surprise for y'all when it comes to those damn Cowboys. I can't wait to tell y'all what that surprise is. I ain't going to tell you here, but I can't wait to tell you what the surprise is. Yes, I am getting my makeup done because I'm getting ready to go on the air. So I'm getting a little powder. I got my makeup artist, Hope. Today she's Little Miss Red Riding Hood. She's sitting up there doing her thing, you know. So I'm getting done. I was thinking about putting on a Dallas Cowboys jersey for Halloween since they won last night, but I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I'm sorry, I wasn't giving them that kind of love, but I will tell you, I can't wait for the show today. I don't think y'all can either. Wait till you see First Take today. Wait till I tell you my surprise to y'all about your damn Cowboys. Plus, I'm going to get into Cam Newton. Cam Newton had a few things to say post-game yesterday. Got to touch on that. Got to touch on Brady. Got to touch on the Raiders. Got to touch on the World Series. Got to touch on a few things. Aaron Rodgers, that bad man that he is, it wasn't enough. I'm going to talk about all of that too. So, don't you worry. I'm coming. Top of the hour, first take in the house. She's doing my eyebrows right now. She usually doesn't do that. She's just messing with me right now. She's trying to make it as if I require something. Look, I leave the good looks to the ladies. I ain't trying to look good. I ain't trying to be all that, all pretty and stuff. First of all, my hairline's too far, my nose is too big, and I got a noggin in the back. I'm not trying to be a pretty boy, okay? I'm just not trying to look hideous. Go ahead. Do the goatee. Connect that. It's right. It's right there. Right there. Right there. Just a little sun. That's right. Just darken that a little bit. I accidentally cut it off at the barber the last night, so don't worry about it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go. Yeah. That's real nice. Yeah, that's real nice. Just clean it up. I gotta go on TV. This is what we gotta do. Okay. So gonna get my hair fixed up a little bit as best as it possibly can. Maybe I should ask LeBron, King James, for advice. Maybe I should do that. I don't know. Either way you slice it, back to football. I will see y'all at the top of the hour. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. It's coming on in just a few minutes. ESPN2, First Take. Holla.